What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is LJ and this is NoClutch Garage. Today I need to get a few things done to my car. Over the weekend I went to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina with my family. We had a great time. We had a great trip. Beautiful. What I didn't know is that I had a few issues going on that I was totally unaware of. When I got back to North Carolina, I dropped everything off and went to my friend's shop because he lets me use his lift, and just hung out with the crew for a while for Labor Day. While we were there, we put my car up on a lift because we were going to do some exhaust work. I actually am fully decatted now. We put the car up on the lift. My friend came up to me and said, "Hey, have you looked at your tires? They're showing wire." What the heck? Just last week, I had put my car up on the lift and the tires looked fine. So I'm not sure if something happened where I might have hit a pothole and thrown my alignment out of whack. I'm not really sure what really happened there, but I do know that I needed to change my tires. Anyway, I took out my downpipe and did everything I needed to do. By the way, if you ever try to do your downpipe, it'll take you at least 4 hours on an xDrive car. I don't ever want to do that ever again. I'll probably take it to a shop next time. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go to Discount Tire. That's where I get all my tires, and I actually already ordered the tires and everything. I ordered them last night and they called me about 20 minutes ago telling me that they have the tires there already. So we're gonna head over there, get the tires put on, and then we're gonna go head over to EuroMpire and get my car aligned. Hopefully that'll fix my wear issue, because I know that I had a softer compound tire. I had Michelin Pilot Sport or S's, which is my favorite tire. I will not use any other tire except for this time. This time I'm actually going to use the Pilot Sport 8S/3 Plus, which are basically the all-season version of the Pilot Sport 4S's. I might be wrong in that description. They're still great tires, perform well, but they're for all season. They're not so focused on track use. So we're gonna get those put on, and then we're gonna head over to EuroMpire. I already talked to Matt at EuroMpire, so he's ready for me, and let's do this. Let me just say, guys, I absolutely love these tires. I personally love Michelins. From all the tires that I've tried, those seem to be the most consistent. Consistency is a huge deal for me because I don't like to deal with unknown results, basically. So if I'm gonna be out on the highway or at a track or something, I wanna know that my tire is giving me the best it can give me every single time. That's basically my reasoning for always using the Michelins. This time, I'm gonna use a different tire. It's still a Michelin, it's still a very good compound, slightly harder compound. I'll have to see how they do. Just based on the fact that I have an all-wheel drive vehicle, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get good performance out of it anyway. So let's go ahead and get this done.
Like it. You like it. So watch my body just take it all in.
Took them a little while, but I think they finally got around to my car. Here she is. Oh yeah, fresh meats. Well, since they're taking their sweet time, I'm gonna go to the gas station, get me some drinks because it's kind of hot out here. Guys, after this experience, I can't stress enough how important it is for you to find a shop that you can truly depend on. Even like something as simple as a tire shop, like Discount Tire, it can make a difference, you know. Now that I'm having to do all this maintenance to my car, it's becoming more and more apparent that I need to have those relationships with certain shops to take care of the stuff that I can't take care of myself. Usually I do pretty good about taking care of stuff myself because I like to do a lot of DIY stuff. I was kind of raised that way to kind of mitigate cost, I suppose. But it's always good to have a lot of skill sets under your belt. So I try to do as much as I can by myself. But for those cases where you can't, or you just don't have the equipment, just have that one established relationship with a shop where you know you can rely on them no matter what. In case y'all didn't know, I will have a Red Bull in my hand about 90% of the time. This is not paid advertisement. heading back to the shop and wait until they're done with my car. And then we can head over to EuroMpire.
Attention, I'm coming your way. I'm coming your way.
Alright guys, I'm so excited. I finally got the new tires on. And now we gotta head to EuroMpire and get my car aligned because I don't feel like going through that again. Especially not with my family in the car. Alright, well I'll have some seat time with these tires and we'll see how they do on the highway. I heard they were a little bit harder. I mean, I expect them to be a little bit harder. They're all-season tires, but I hope they're not super stiff. So let's head out. These tires feel great. Actually, my car feels really good right now. I'm guessing I was also needing a wheel balance. This is as smooth as my car has felt in a few weeks, maybe a few months. And I'm sure that alignment's gonna help a little bit more. Wow. Alright guys, we're pulling up to EuroMpire. I'm so ready to get this car driving right. You guys have no idea. It's actually quite a drive for me. I'm driving about an hour to get to this place from my house. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. There it is. CES and EuroMpire. Look at all these BMWs out here. Ooh, look at that M3 right there. Classic. Right outside of EuroMpire right now, and let's go talk to Matt real quick, see what's going on. You got the Supra down there? This is actually a really interesting car. It's an M5 engine Swan M30, so lots of work to be done on this. I think they're doing all their rewiring and some of the stuff doesn't really fit all the way, so lots of work to be done, but cool project. Look at this, guys. Stock M54 turbo. So little, baby turbo. You guys remember that car that had wrecked at Z-Max a little while back? Ran into the GTR. It's right here. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, car wrecked at Z-Max a few weeks ago when they were doing the shootout and ran into a GTR. They wrecked, and it was actually a pretty big deal. Everybody heard about it, so. Turns out my alignment was pretty bad. Basically, the way BMW sets up these cars right out of the factory is to run on tracks. It's a handling thing, whatever. Apparently, it was towed in too much. He basically adjusted it to have better wear all around the wheel, and the front was towed out, and that's partly what was causing all the issues with the alignment. Now, I did get some other bad news, and the bad news is that I need new control arms. I'll be fine. They're not broken or anything, but the bushings are completely shot. So there's gonna be more money spent there. Not gonna be done right away, but it is something that I need to have done, unfortunately. But I'm glad I got this whole situation figured out. I was getting tired of the issues that these tires were giving me, and honestly, it feels a lot better now. It feels like it felt when I first got the car, minus the control arms, because I had a suspicion that my control arms were messed up. I actually remember telling somebody earlier, like, hey, I think my bushings are shot. Because every time I turn the wheel, I hear like a metal cling. And on top of that, my ride just didn't feel right. And Matt pretty much confirmed all of that. So he's gonna send me a link to the parts. We're gonna get the parts, and once they're in, he's gonna go ahead and knock it out for me. The more you know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I didn't have a whole lot of content in it. To be honest, I didn't want to snoop around the shop too much. I did have a really good talk with John here at CES about his Supra. I'll have a link in the description linking to that Supra that we're talking about. So far, it seems to have the most power and torque for the mods that it's had. I think it only has like a custom built downpipe, and he is working on a tune with MHD. So I know that him and MHD are working pretty closely on this tune on the Supra. I'm sure MHD is working with a lot of people, but he's working with CES, and he talked to me about a lot of the development stages that have gone on. Got a lot of good insight on the car itself and what can be accomplished with that car. Of course, I didn't record the conversation because I felt like it was a little bit inappropriate, but he showed me a few logs and stuff like that, and it looks like that car is going to be really, really crazy by the time they're done with it. Of course, right now they're just doing the base tunes. Once they move past that stage, it's going to be big turbos, and that's when all the fun's going to happen. So until then, we'll see what happens. But this has been everything for today, guys. Thank you for watching this video. I know it was short, it wasn't anything crazy, but I just kind of thought it was a good idea to, you know, talk about my day today. I mean, it's been a crappy week. It's been a crappy couple weeks actually for me, but you know, that's more on the personal side of things. So for me to come out here, you know, and do this, it actually helps me feel a little bit better. I'll have more content soon. I have yet to release my drivetrain videos, and that's gonna take me a little while to piece together because it was so much content. But honestly, I might have to strip it down a whole lot to the point where it's just gonna be me explaining a lot of the processes, because I didn't have anybody to film for me, so it made the filming process terrible. And hopefully I can just kind of explain what I did, because I feel like there's not a whole lot of information out there for this engine, especially pertaining to the drivetrain and all that maintenance, especially with xDrive. Now, there's not a whole lot of information out there on xDrive because everybody's afraid to touch it. Everybody's afraid of the front differential, and everybody's definitely afraid of the transfer case. So hopefully I'll have that video out soon. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Please click that subscribe button, like it, and share it with your family, with your friends, or whoever has a BMW, really. But this has been my day for today. I'm gonna go home and relax. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time.